Hello, noble people. My name is Noble, and very unfortunately, we recently got some Danganronpa 2x2 news. As today, as I'm recording this on a Friday, we were supposed to get some new news with like some voice actor stuff this Friday. And unfortunately, while we did get some new news that I will cover in this video, the main topic I want to talk about is the unfortunate fact that Danganronpa 2x2 will not be releasing this year and instead will be releasing early next year in 2027. The developer notes is as states, to everyone who has supported Danganronpa 2x2, while development has been progressing towards a 2026 release, we have decided to move the launch to an early 2027. We will share a more specific date at a later time. We're continuing to work towards to bring the best possible experience. We sincerely appreciate your patience as development continues. We look forward to sharing further updates with you soon. And then it has the name and producer and has the full details that was showcased at the event, which I'll talk about later. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. There's like two sides of the coin with how people are reacting about this. A lot of people say this is take your time and that this is understandable. And then the other side are like, why did you guys not plan this out sooner? Like, what's going on? And I'm going to kind of be in the middle. I am when it comes down to some of the releases, if you don't know, this channel kind of started with me doing stuff for Transformers Reactivate. And they had that release trailer. I got super excited, did content on it, and then we were kaput and got nothing forever. And then the game got dropped because they announced the game, they have a trailer that doesn't really showcase anything, and then we don't get the game. Now, I'm not saying that what's going to happen with Danganronpa because Transformers Reactivate had its whole can of worms. And with the news that they have showcased, with the other stuff that I'll talk about in this video, I think waiting for the early 2027, which I'm kind of surprised it is early 2027. I was kind of expecting maybe like a fall or summer release date for next year. So the fact that it is early means we could probably be getting it like February, January. Fingers crossed. As soon as it hits January 1st, we get the game. That would be really fun. So I completely understand them needing more time. I'm just kind of mad that the gaming companies around the world right now always push the pre-orders and the show the trailers, and sure, you can say to hold the audience over, but to me, I would rather you show the trailer and have a set release date so I can be excited when I know I'm going to play it, not have a trailer and me not really know when it's going to release. Like Toby Fox does this amazing with Deltarune, with it showing up in a Nintendo Direct and having the actual release date. I get excited each time when that happens because there's an actual definitive release date that won't change. And I just don't understand why the companies don't really do that nowadays, but we can't really change anything. So let's hop into some of these new information that we know about the game, as well as some new pictures of how the cast has changed from their original looks from the original game. First up, we have Soda and Hiyoko. Nothing really has changed that much with Hiyoko. Face looks a little bit more smaller with a little bit more of like a thicker neck, and obviously more design and detail on her like actual kimono. It doesn't look as flat as it was in the other one, as the other one is a 2010s game, so the art is going to look a little bit more flat. The normal one, this new one, has more details and like the folds of like the kimono to see where it's sagging. The Soda one's kind of interesting. His hair looks like it spikes out more and like is more unwavy. The hat looks bigger, the beanie looks bigger and doesn't look like it's sagging as much, as well of him having more of like a sharper face. And his actually looks like his smile has kind of like changed. Like his smile still has the serrated teeth, but they're not as like cartoony. They have more shading, which is obviously amazing to see. And then we have Nekomaru. Amazing work on like the stance with his shoulders. You can see how much more extra detail they're allowed to put in. Now, I do believe at the conference that they showcased, I can't really find too many things. They did showcase some of the moving animations. I recommend trying to Google that or find that yourself. I personally couldn't find it, they might be after, because I am making this video pretty quickly when the news is pretty hot, so it might just take a little bit for like the stuff to appear on the internet. But I love the design. Obviously, not really too much going on, just more shading. Chains look a lot better instead of just being like kind of slapped on. Well, they are still kind of slapped on, but they have like more depth. Obviously, his electric eyebrows are still there, and it looks like the pose he is making is even more intimidating. Now, for my opinion, this is the most like exciting news that we have. Obviously, we kind of have the disappointing news with the fact that it's going to be next year, not this year, but I feel like this news that we get right now makes me even more excited for this upcoming different route that we'll be able to take in this game. The new route will be called a Slayham mode, which it has the basic description of a certain event triggers a dramatic different training of events with different victims, culprits, and tricks, and that this new mode will feature 20% more content in the original storyline. This means taking the original already huge and like insanely long story of the base 2 game and adding 20% more onto that is insane to me. And not only that, the fact that the new mode select, which is to me the biggest thing, is you have the original and it looks all happy and fun, which obviously it isn't, but then you have the Slayham mode with the iconic pink blood, chains wrapped around it. It invokes that maybe this new experience will be a lot more brutal than the last, which, to be fair, some of the like actual killings weren't necessarily brutal. Some of them could be classified as brutal. Obviously it's a death, it's going to be brutal, but like most of them, especially the executions, were kind of lackluster. Specifically, the executions, the only real execution that I can picture that right now that was like 100, like 10 out of 10, is Peko Pekos. But the fact that they titled it Slayham, and the fact that you can play it from the start. A lot of us kind of thought it was going to have like a choice where you would have a choice to diverge the story, but no, it starts right off the bat. Like you just click a new game and it starts off. So you're not even like playing the original game a little bit, then you divert off. You immediately can play this new mode, and I'm very excited. And that's about all the new news. I might have missed some stuff. Some of the information is still like coming out as I was making this video and stuff. As a matter of fact, I went to the website to actually try and get some of the information, and the website still says that the release date's 2026. Obviously, I'm not going to try and pretend I'm not a little disappointed that it's not coming this year, but the fact that they were kind of being silent about a possible release date it kind of made sense that they would delay it. But I will say, I don't think this delay is a bad thing necessarily. While it is disappointing, and I do wish that they had just announced it later, I personally think the fact that they need to do 20% more story and the game already looks this good with stuff is amazing. There's like already a map thing, like a 3D map layout that we actually knew about. They showed like cased some more stuff about that as well. But it's amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I will be 100% playing through this game on the channel as like videos, not a big long play. It's going to be like 60, 50 hours, so I can't just play that in all one sitting or I will die of thirst for not being able to drink water all that time or something like that. But yeah, I'm very much excited and looking forward to this game. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay noble. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.